Hello there ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video. Now in this one I'll be showing you guys how to change some Magisk manager kind of settings programmatically. So, for example, in Magisk Manager, if you head over to this tab where you can control all the apps and stuff, where you can show like the notifications and stuff like that, you can actually turn these on and off programmatically. So you can either do it like from a basically ADB shell, or you can do it from like a script, or what I need it for is actually for this app here, Asus ROG Phone 2 RGB. So what happens is every time like the light changes color, Magisk usually displays a notification saying that this app requested root access. And so what I would have to do is go into here and then disable like this notification manually, which is kind of annoying, especially when I'm developing the app, because I keep on like reinstalling the app, so I have to keep on going into here, otherwise there'll be a lot of Magisk notification spam. So I guess this video is more useful for developers, I suppose, but tis grand. I'll just show you how it's done anyway. So right now my phone is connected up to my PC, so we'll drop into an ADB shell. And we'll drop into SU as well, so now we are root, like so. So Magisk actually has like its own executable that you can call and stuff. You can do a bunch of different options here, but the one that we're interested is in this SQL Lite. So this is basically a database. If you're familiar with like normal SQL, like MySQL and all that kind of good stuff, it's basically the same thing. So to get a list of all the tables, you just run Magisk and then SQL Lite, and then you run your SQL command. So we'll do a select name from, then SQL Lite, and then master. So this is kind of like the master table, which shows you all the other tables, and so these are all the other tables here. Now the one that we're interested is in policies, but you also have stuff like settings, so I'll show you like settings here. So just copy the table name, put it in here, and then you can do a select everything like so. And see, you can change you can enable or disable Magisk Hide directly from here, or you can enable or disable the fingerprint option. Basically, I just have both of them on. So that's grand. But anyway, the policies is what we're more interested in. And there we go. So these are all the apps. So if I select a package name, for example, here instead of all, so these are all the apps that I have granted root access. So if you look at my phone, you see all them here as well, like so. And so if we go back to everything, you can see that we can enable logging, we can enable notifications, and you can change the policy as well. I won't get into the policy because it doesn't really matter too much. But basically the notification and the logs is basically like turning on and off these here. So to change the settings, what you want to do is you want to run Magisk SQL Lite, but this time we're going to use the update command, and then we need to specify which table we want to use. So we want to use the policies table, And then what do we want to update? Well, let's update the notification and we'll set it to 0. Then where, so where is like select which ones you want. So where package name, because we only want to target this one here, for example, or package name. And then because this is technically a string, because like here, for example, this is a value or an integer or whatever, but so for an integer you would use equals, but since this is a string you would use like, and then you would need to put it into these single brackets and then just copy your package name, and that's it. So if I hit enter, it should update, and if I hit select again, as you can see, notifications is now 0. And here, if I want to update, so right now it's not updated, what you want to do is just go home and then go back, then click on ASUS. As you can see, notifications is turned off. So another thing you can do, since this is pretty much SQL, you can do stuff like, so if you want to disable the notifications for everything, you can do where 1 equals 1 basically. So, because where just basically checks all of these rows if they match, and if you specify like basically true, it will apply the set to every row. So if we do that, then if we do select everything, so you can see notifications are off for everything, and you can do the same thing with like logging and all that kind of good stuff. So if I go back here, then all of these should have notifications off, like so. That's pretty cool. So let me just turn these back on by specifying 1, like so. And now, so if you wanted to incorporate this into like a shell script or whatever, you would just create like an sh file, and then just copy basically this whole command Magisk SQL or whatever. If you want to run this inside your like app or whatever, you would basically just copy the command into here. Hang on, let's see if I can zoom in here. Okay, I can't. I'll just zoom in inside the video editor and hopefully it shouldn't be too blurry. But you just like copy your command into, say, a string. You need to escape it as well, so watch out for that. And then the write to sys function, that's just basically opening up a shell. So where is it? Yeah, so here it is. That's just opening up like a process, and then a shell with root access, and then a bunch of error checking here as well. And yeah, so we'll eventually just run the same command here. So yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video showing you what I found, because like if you try and Google for, say, Magisk Manager disable notifications programmatically, you won't really find anything, or at least I couldn't find anything. So I just like accidentally stumbled upon this. So that's pretty handy. And so where I run this inside my app, if you're wondering, is inside my main application, where I check basically what kind of phone it is. Is it a ROG 1 or ROG 2? Since this check will only be done once, so like the first time you open the APK, that's when this check will run. And so when that happens, it will disable the notifications, because you wouldn't really want to do it all the time, you know, since if the user actually wants notifications, they can set it up themselves, and this way every time the user opens up your app, you know, you wouldn't keep on disabling them, because, you know, for some reason he might want to have them on or whatever. So yeah, that's it, I suppose. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.